We're here with the one and only Danny Swift Garcia. September 14th, the highly anticipated fight. You and Lara, 2 years the fans waited for it.
I
What's the
feel,
feeling like jumping back in the ring?
it feels good. It feels great. It's like riding a bike. Back to the work. We 3 weeks away, and I feel good. I'm ready to go.
Now I'm not gonna make this interview short. I'm gonna get straight to it. You got a chance to make history. 3-time division champion, Puerto Rican, Philadelphia. A lot of people haven't done it. What means more to you? Being the only Hispanic doing that, or just being in that position, being able to do that?
I feels good just being a 3 division world champion. Of course, it always feels good doing it for your culture because other fighters like Cotto did it, Trinidad did it, but I don't think nobody from Philly ever did it 3 divisions. So that will make me feel happy. Being the first fighter from Philly. The Philly's like a historic city in boxing. Like, we breed the best boxers. So for me to be the only 3 division world champion from Philly will mean a lot to me.
Is that making a statement on the Philly history of boxing?
Definitely. Like I said before, I was the first Puerto Rican champion. Now, to become the first 3 division world champion, that's like, you got to understand, we got fighters like Joe Frazier, Bernard Hopkins, Meldrick Taylor, a lot of great fighters who never won 3 divisions. And for me to do that, it just shows you how great I am.
Now, the transition from months ago to now is completely different. What is that Danny Garcia like, locked in training? What is that Danny Garcia?
Yeah, right now, my mindset changed. I got 2 different mindsets. I could have the mindset where I'm just a regular person. I'm having fun, enjoying the fruit of my hard labor. But then when it's time for me to lock in and, the fun got to go out the window, I become, an athlete. And I eat, sleep, and just train. And that's pretty much it. Eat, sleep, boxing.
A lot of questions I get from fans. This is one after this, but this is going to be one of them. But a lot of questions I get from the fans. How do you balance being a champion, being a father, being a business owner, and all these other attributes? You got rapping, you got your sisters rapping, you got so much other stuff. How do you balance that, especially in training camp when you got to be so disciplined?
Well, when I'm training, I got a team. My sisters, they're their own young bosses. So everyone pretty much knows their role when I'm getting ready for a fight. So everything kind of just keeps going in track. But as far as balance, like, it really is no balance. You just kind of got to go with the flow. Like, you never have it figured out. One day you might be overwhelmed. One day you might have nothing to do. One day you might have a lot to do. One day, it's just something different every day. So balance is really, I can't really say there's balance because it's just like you got to just, as it comes, you got to just roll with the punches.
September 14th, Danny Garcia versus Lara. Did this fight determine Danny Garcia's career?
Well, I wouldn't say it determines my career, but it would definitely be another highlight. It would definitely be another milestone. I've accomplished so much in my career, and right now I just feel like I'm giving the fans extra. I've been fighting world title fights since 2012, and all I did was give my fans action fights. You can never say you've been to a Danny Garcia fight and it was boring. Every time I go out there, I put my heart on the line, my grit, my skill, and I'm still here. 12 years later, after becoming a world champion at 140. So for me, this is extra for my career. This is just another thing for my resume. But as far as what I've done, a lot of fighters can't say they done that.
September 14th, what can the fans expect from Danny Garcia?
September 14th, you can expect, classic Danny Garcia. I'm going out there, fight like a true champion, do my thing and just make it a Danny Garcia night.
Last but not least, Canelo Alvarez versus Edgar Berlanga. Who do you like, and how do you see that fight going?
It's a great fight. Mexico versus Puerto Rico is always a big rivalry. For that reason alone, it's going to be a big fight. But, Berlanga's he's a big dude. He's a true 168-pounder. He has punching power, and he's young. So he does have the youth on the side, Canelo's in his mid-30s, like me. So, he's been around for a while. And anytime you fight a young guy, you gotta come prepared because they're hungry. You got everything to lose, they got everything to gain. So I think people are underestimating him. They think it's gonna be an easy fight for Canelo, but from what I heard, he's up there in Colorado mountains, running hills and eating rocks. So he said he's gonna be ready. And it's gonna be a great fight. So I think it's gonna be a better fight than what people think. And I'm excited. I'm excited for to watch that fight.
All right, champ. Appreciate your time.
If I watch the fight, you know what I'm saying? I might be in the club. That's drawn over.
Definitely appreciate your time, man.
For
We
sure.
wish you the best on September 14th. Can't wait to see you making history. And we out of here.
Thank you.